Cardinals Corner from Arizona Sports.
Cardinals Corner from Arizona Sports with Tyler Drake and Lauren Koval.
What's going on, Bird Gang? Welcome back into another edition of Cardinals Corner. I'm Tyler Drake. That's Lauren Koval. This is Cardinals Corner, and we're here to preview Cardinals Colts because, oh boy, we've already had to go through a running back situation of who's it going to be, this or that. Now we just move a little bit more forward into the backfield to quarterback because 2 days into practice, there is no sign of Kyler Murray. So before we get to that, how we doing, Lauren?
I think you've just summarized exactly how I'm doing. We're waiting to see who's actually at the helm of this Arizona Cardinals team on Sunday.
Absolutely. So yeah, 2 days in, no Kyler. Jacoby is getting a lot of work during the open portion as being the only guy working with the active players more so. You've got Keaton Slovis, obviously practice squad, but for the grand scheme of things, used to be Jacoby, Kyler kind of trading off here and there, but no, fully Jacoby. He's getting the work in. He's getting the extra reps in with Marvin Harrison Jr., Greg Dortch, Trey McBride, all those guys. So I'm at the point now where if you're missing 2 days of practice, likely not going to happen. I think Kyler Murray might be in that tier of if he can go, he can go.
That's what Gannon said yesterday.
Do you want to go that far? Do you want to risk potentially more time off the field?
If I thought this Colts game was more winnable, yes.
Okay.
But because I don't think it is, just give Kyler the rest if he needs it, especially with a foot injury. Because depending on what exactly it is, those are really tricky.
Yeah.
And especially for a running QB. I mean, that's the kind of thing you don't want to have add up and combust and become a bigger issue. And then suddenly you're down your starting quarterback and you're running back one and running back two all at the same time. Mm-hmm. Don't want that snowball.
Well, and then you look at it too is when he went out last game, it was kind of, okay, he's got a foot, but he came back in, he finished the game. Now you kind of think, man, how hampered was he at the end of that game to the point where maybe he couldn't do the things that he wanted to do? Obviously, we can get into the late third down call, which even if he's hobbled, you still got to throw that ball or give him a chance to do something. But it is interesting to see him now miss, like the fact he's missing practice due to it, because really, I mean, when you come back to the game, you would think, oh, he's fine, just maybe a little issue. It'll wear itself out or whatever. But now it's a little more, okay, what's going on here? So we'll know. I'm sure Jonathan Gannon will fill us in tomorrow, potentially.
Yeah, and
if he's on the field, it's going to be very interesting. I mean, it could very much be gamesmanship at that point because, again, usually when you're not practicing for 2 out of the 3 days, you're not going to play.
No, and the quarterback normally addresses the media yesterday.
That's been pushed back.
Didn't address today.
Nope.
They've got to make a quarterback available tomorrow now before the game. And so you have to assume that it's going to be Jacoby Brissett at this point due to the fact that Kyler is still not practicing because of that foot injury. And going back to that 3rd and 8 call late in the game, we got a little bit of clarity from the coaching staff earlier this week. Nobody loved the call.
Why'd you call it?
Kyler didn't like the call. Drew Petzing didn't like the call. Jonathan Gannon didn't like the call.
And not only that, Kyler Murray didn't have a checkout option. He could not check out of the call, the play call.
And
what are we doing?
And the fact that I liked the questions from the media then, how many...
Oh, you did?
I did.
Because a lot of Cardinals fans are not.
No, and I liked it because the follow-up to that of what percentage of plays does he have a check down on? And Petzing's answer is...
He'd have to go back and look.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
your franchise quarterback in year 7 should have options.
Also a guy
especially
that now
when you're in that part of the game.
with.
Yeah.
This isn't a new relationship. This isn't a new trust dynamic here. If anything, I feel like they worked better earlier than they're working now.
And maybe that extra sauce that Trey McBride talked about is impacting that a little bit, but you still cannot, especially just, okay, you don't want to have a check in every call, fine. But when it's the point where it's do or die, you win this game or you give it to the other team, you've already seen your defense cannot make a stop late in the 4th quarter. It's been a consistent thing now. That's just, I don't know. I could not believe that he just didn't have an option to do anything different there.
Or that because nobody liked the call there on the field, why are we not using a timeout?
And that's the thing too, is like, yes, you want to chew up clock, but at the same time, if you know this play is not going to work, Call it. If you're going to take, if you're going to take the play clock down to the final set, how many seconds are you really losing at that point?
No, and the bigger picture, if you get it, you basically end the game.
Yeah.
So why not just take the time out, let everybody get set?
Take a breather.
If you feel like you got the right call, then it doesn't matter in the end.
Yep. 100%. Well, yeah. So it's going to be really interesting to just see how this all goes. Kyler or Jacoby, just because this team needs to, they got to find something. And I know it's against a 4-1 Colts team, and we'll dive into that because whoever it's going to be is going up against it. Oh man, if this is the most complete opponent they'll face, or they are going to face since they started the season. By far, there is not a team better than the Colts through 5 weeks of their opponents.
No, it hasn't been close. And now as the season progresses, you really see the lack of talent the Arizona Cardinals have played against to start this season. And you look at the 2-3 record and throw your hands up and go, what the heck is happening here?
We talked about it.
Yeah.
This was the easy part of the schedule. And I don't think anybody assumed the Colts to be this good. We both, I think, were very easily Cardinals are winning this game.
I think I had the Cardinals losing this game.
Well, of course, because your record prediction's perfect from all the people that are in the mentions about how great your record prediction is.
I'm glad that they're paying attention.
They love that pessimistic attitude.
Well, I said what I said before the season started was I needed to see this team prove it to me. And until they proved it, I was still going to predict them to have a losing record. And they still haven't proven it, and we're 5 weeks into the season, and we're having to see another offensive philosophy shift on this team. We saw it when Connor went down. We saw it when Benson went down. Now Kyler's probably going to be out on Sunday. We're going to have to see another pivot with Jacoby Brissett in there.
Yeah. So if you reevaluate the record prediction, are you still, what did you have, 7 and 10? Are you still right there?
Yes.
Really?
A little bit lower.
I might be at 6.
Yeah.
The way that this team has looked, it's just not there.
It doesn't look good.
And not there. The run game's not there still. Is it going to come back? I don't know.
And that's the tricky part, because how long does it even take for Trey Benson to get back to his regular workload? When do we start to see him again? When do we see that pivot in the running backs room? And right now, I'm also not very confident in the state of this locker room. I mean, you got John. We haven't even talked about it. We've got Jonathan Gannon picking up $100,000 fine
by the Cardinals
for his interaction with Amari DiMercato on the sidelines. He sort of shoves him
gets face to face, says something to him, slaps him on the shoulder pads, walks off,
pushes him in the side.
Yeah,
we've got Paris Johnson Jr. with his arm around Amari DiMercato there.
I think, but here's the thing though: if things were really said that shouldn't have been said, him or Will Hernandez would have done something, or at least reacted. And
I think part of that is because Gannon on Monday, when he joined Burns and Gambo, stated, I apologize to the team immediately on Monday morning, saying that conduct is not what I'm expecting of myself and not who I am.
Yeah. And he told a lot of, the players we've talked to, Calais, we talked to Buddha, everybody's moved on, it seems like. So we'll have to see what that looks like on the field. But again, maybe this awful, horrendous, terrible, collapse, embarrassing, whatever you want to call it, maybe this galvanizes them a little bit to come out in Indy. And because here's the thing, let's take an example of the Diamondbacks. So much expectations heading into the season. What happens? They fall flat. They trade away everything at the deadline, it feels like. And what happens? They damn near make it back to the postseason. They're in the conversation till the last week. What if we see a similar thing happen here with the Cardinals, which would be so improbable right now, in my opinion, but it does make me wonder if you are really at rock bottom, do you turn it around and really make this first step of, hey, whoever we got as quarterback is going to do it? I don't know. It's going to be a mountain. It's a mountain to climb, but it would be really encouraging and would say a lot, I think, about the makeup of what this team is inside the locker room if they did come out. And again, I don't think they're winning this game. Keep it close. Make it a one-score game. You just watch them destroy the Raiders 40-6. Don't be that team. Can't be.
No, you can't be that team. And I will say, I don't think this one will come down to a game-winning walk-off field goal again for the Cardinals. I think we'll be able to move past that, or so I hope we'll be able to move past that. And Jonathan Gannon's connection to Shane Steichen over here, who is coaching his ass off.
Oh, yeah.
In Indy.
Indiana Jones is going off because of what he's putting on.
Daniel Jones is one of those quarterbacks in the NFL that I feel like we're having a resurgence this year.
He's the Sam Darnold.
Baker Mayfield.
Yeah. Okay, the Baker Mayfield of 2025. Yeah.
Yes, and we've seen that sort of change and that pivot. It's really interesting if you go even look back statistically at what Shane Steichen's been able to do while he's been at the Colts for the same duration of time that Jonathan Gannon's been with the Cardinals. Those side-by-side statistics are just interesting in how they run their team.
Yeah.
The mechanics of what is the base of a Jonathan Gannon run team versus the base of a Shane Steichen run team. And I think that we see that this season more than ever, where the defense for the Arizona Cardinals has been stepping up in these games and been a little bit better in overcoming those injuries, better than we expected they would be up until recently, where Shane Steichen in the Indianapolis Colts offense seems incredibly hard to stop.
Yeah. Yep. And honestly, they just seem like a team that's hard to stop in general, though. Very much so. But okay, going back to Jacoby, obviously, backup quarterback, your role should never be to be the starter. I think at the end of the day, you don't come to town. But hey, everybody was asking for Monty Austinford's biggest offensive addition to play, and it might be this week. Because at the end of the day, he clearly is their biggest offensive addition this offseason.
I know what you mean. Basically, moving off of Clayton Tune, bringing Jacoby Brissett in, bringing that veteran in that we'd hoped would help coach Kyler to be better. And now it's his turn to take over the reins. Potentially his turn to take over the reins for this week against the Colts.
I think it'd be his 54th start across 6 different teams and 7 different stops.
Against his former team.
Against one of his former teams.
Yes. I don't know about you, like when you think of Jacoby Brissett, like who do you picture? To me, it like comes down to like the Patriots and the Colts.
Yeah, between those two.
Yeah, that's where I associate him being. So he's back up against his former team that looks nothing like it did when he was there at all.
But I will say Jacoby's got a lot of trust from his teammates, coaching staff. Obviously, he's been with Gannon in Indy. He was with Drew Petzing in Cleveland, which that was one of his better years, too, in 2022. And here's the big thing, and all the Marvin Harrison Jr. people might start screaming. He knew how to get Amari Cooper the ball, another number 4 overall pick. So that's one area that I'm really interested to see is just how much more does Marvin get involved consistently through 4 quarters, because when we talked to him in the locker room, that was one thing that stood out. He's like, I just want to put together 4 quarters, not 2 quarters of last game and 2 quarters of this game, 1 full game where I'm just consistent. I mean, multiple full games, but start with 1. And I think that's a way of Jacoby might be able to get him the ball a little bit more differently. He might just force the issue a little bit. So I'm going to be looking at that because let's see. I wrote it down here.
I just want Marvin Harrison Jr. to have more than 2 receptions each quarter of this game.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't feel like that's too much to ask.
Yeah, so here we go. Amari Cooper, one of his best seasons was when Jacoby was partially the starter. I think it was 11 starts. But 7 of his 9 scores and 792 yards came with Brissett running the show. That's totally fine. Yeah. And the other thing with Brissett, he knows how to get his tight ends involved too. So that just screams this team might mix a little bit more of that. Let's get aggressive. Let's go throw it a little bit more down the field and then work in the run game, because this Colts team is going to be tough no matter what side it's on. I mean, when you look on the defensive side, they're the 4th fewest points allowed in the NFL, 17.8. That includes that 40-6 beatdown against the Raiders. Woof. And then they're 5th in the NFL in total takeaways and turnover differential. They've got 8 takeaways plus 5 in the differential. Wow. They're not only keeping offenses at bay, they're being advantageous and just taking the ball away.
This will be another one of those games we should look at. Hope the Arizona Cardinals don't shoot themselves in the foot. You can't have a lot of penalties. You can't give away free takeaways. You need your accuracy to be on point. We can't have running backs fumbling the ball because the Colts will recover it. What we've learned
and we'll take it
from
back
these
to the
games.
house.
A pick 6 machine.
But then you look at the other side. Colts offense, 2nd in the league in points per game, 32.6. 4th in total yards per game, 381.2. It's Daniel Jones, Jonathan Taylor, Tyler Warren, Pittman. This is a really fun team.
They've drafted well the past few years.
And that's even with kind of putting Anthony Richardson to the side a little bit.
It is putting Anthony Richardson 100%. To the side.
So that wasn't a great draft pick, I guess. But
no, but Tyler Warren this year looks everything that they wanted him to be at Penn State and more now with the Indianapolis Colts.
Yep. So, what I was going back, I got got off track with all the numbers. So Marvin Harrison Jr., got to talk to him a little bit about potentially playing with Jacoby. He's got full trust in him. That's what he said in the locker room. Me and Jacoby get some passes in after practice when Kyler is the starter. And I think just developing that kind of relationship after practice, he doesn't get many throws at practice. He kind of wants to get his arm loose. So I'm out there helping him. But the big thing is he said 1,000% Jacoby's helped him off the field. So I think there's going to be, even though they don't have those game reps built in together, there's going to be a little bit of that mental rapport, I think, because he goes, I think the biggest thing is he's been such a good leader and mentor for me since he's got here. He's excited to see if he gets the opportunity. So it sounds like guys trust him. Mm-hmm. And I think you should trust him. He's got plenty of guys that have been with him at different stops. He seems like a really good leader in the locker room, in the quarterback's room. So I'm really intrigued to see what kind of wrinkles this offense has to figure out exactly how to utilize Brissett.
And we'll see now if he's going to be the starter on Sunday because Kyler Murray is going to be down. We'll actually get to see that Jacoby Brissett run offense for the first time. And his one pass that he had when Kyler went out was the play that ended up Tip Ryman being out for the entire year. So we'll see what we can get from him.
All right. And we will see you guys on Sunday as we break down all the X's and O's, the ins and outs of Cardinals Colts. So we'll see you there.